Okay, we're on hole number 9. You have no idea the technical difficulties we've been doing with. We're at hole number 9. We're officially at the turn. We complete this, we're making the turn to hole 10, and we are going to be in the later part of the bracket into the winter stuff. So what do we have today? Hole number 9 at Bethpage Black. It is a par 4, handicap number 11, just slightly, just ever so slightly above the what we call the easier phase, 360 yards long. As far as what we're talking about in the Ryder Cup, the Ryder Cup was, we talked about the miracle at Medina. It happened in 2012 where the Europeans were down 10-6 and staged this massive comeback. I remember watching it, and they were playing so far above themselves, it was ridiculous. You just have one of those days where you just know every bounce that you're going to get that would have been bad is good. That's what happened during that day. People were playing levels and levels above themselves. And that's what we're kind of hoping that we're going to find here today. And the other part is, that we covered in the last one, is that, strong court game, is that they don't get paid, right? They don't get paid. So we're going to go with that David and Goliath kind of thing. So what do we have here today? We have a Maysville. All right, Maysville is known for Old Pogue. That is the Old Pogue area. And this is a bottled and bond Kentucky straight rye malt whiskey. So obviously, and it is in the number 3 distillery in the Kentucky state. A brand new crack. So here we go. I've been doing a lot of brand new cracks on this. I hope you guys like that. So 100%, it is 100 proof. Done by Old Pogue. And it doesn't tell us where it says handcrafted from original Pogue family recipe, birthplace of bourbon in Maysville, Kentucky. Now, the thing with Maysville is it sits right on the Ohio River. The place is just absolutely scenic, right? And it is teeny weeny. Their whole distillery fits into what we'll call a Civil War era house. And then across and walking distance from it, very few steps, is yet another house that the Old Pogue family did their business from. It's a very neat little tour, and when I mean little, I am serious about it. And you have to want to go there. But it's in Maysville, Kentucky, which is very close to us. On the other side is not one that's not too far from the BTAC line. Good court game. Oh, I already poured. And this is a Silver Grove. Silver Grove Straight Rye Whiskey is a 95.5 whiskey, and it is 110 proof. And the thing that goes with this is that all the proceeds from the release of this will benefit the Silver Grove Community Foundation. Now, what is that? In the area of Covington, there's a little pod that's called Silver Grove. And so what these monies go to is like the kids center, in order to keep people active, in order to keep them out of trouble. So very, very cool. So we got something with very, very large amount of age, and we got somebody that's new with new riff, but they're doing good things as far as giving back to the community. So again, the neck pours haven't been doing very well. We're going to give this one a bit of a swirl, and we're going to let it see the glass. And then we're going to go back over here, and we're going to do the swirl. But it's been opened once before, and we're going to let it see the glass. All right, and normally I've been alternating between left and right, so this is the right, and we're going to see this. Now, if you look, the color is kind of a golden amber. It's not as, the new riff is a little darker at a 4-year-old. This is bottled and bond, so it's at least 4 years old. So just a difference in where they've been maturing. Man, I got like a French toast stick. I know I don't like going like unicorn tears or something like that, but wow. Yeah, you get a whole lot of the, we talk about burnt brown sugars. And again, this is malted, so a little bit of maltedness is that was the big wording in their description. And malted normally comes along with a chocolate flavor. And there it is. Oh, the malted comes off on this one. The nose on this one is extraordinarily nice. Very well done. And there's another sweetness that we're getting that you didn't expect from a 95.5 Ryes are typically sweeter to me. They're a much nicer nose, a much nicer mouthfeel. I'm not getting a lot as far as depth goes, however. And there's that burnt brown sugar kind of vibe. All right, so we're back to the right, and we're going to see what this is all about. Wow, that's different. You get a bit of a cinnamon, you get a bit of the rye, and just all kinds of different levels of flavors. That's really different. Wasn't what I expecting. And the maltedness comes out. I think that's what's providing that difference of flavor, the extra malted. Yes, it's Kentucky Straight Rye Malt Whiskey. That one's actually not bad. That has the maltedness. For me, malt. When I talk about malt, it's like a malt milkshake, not a malt like in a Scotch, because in a Scotch it can be off-putting. In this one, it's not. It's very pleasant. So, man, the Silver Grove's got a lot to go on. Now, in this one, it's a sweeter in the front, a little bit oily in the middle, and it's an aggressive finish on the back, right? Aggressive finish on the back, where it's definitely a contrast, right? These are two ends of the spectrum of Ryes, and it really just depends on what you like. Man, this is tough because these guys they're both outstanding. Again, I don't get a lot on the front on this one. It hits in the middle of the palate, and then it finishes strong. It has that burnt brown sugar flavor. I don't get the cherry part of it like I used to. A bit of an oily, but not super oily. It's just enough to tell you that it's there. And then it's got this massive finish. Take the last bit of drink of water. You don't hear a lot about Old Pogue because Old Pogue is very, very old. It's from the 30s easily, from what I saw. And when you go in there and you see the older furnitures and that kind of stuff and the histories that they have, they're very straightforward folks. There's no sugarcoating a lot of what they do. It's very nice. And the walk to get there, when you go up this hill, and you go back down into this parking lot, and you feel like the front end of your car is going to fall over, and then you get down into this parking lot, and then it's a walk, and the walk is massively scenic. Now, I will say, New Riff is very new to the scene. You can get there in Covington, but a lot of and the thing I like what they're doing, and what a lot of other areas are doing, is a lot of their tours that are of substance are happening in the evening, so that they're taking part with adults, right? People that actually have jobs. And I love that to death. And so far we've had Grover as our tour guide at least twice now, and Grover does a phenomenal job. But we're back to Maysville, and just a family-oriented, very low-key, not very high-oriented. Let's see if this is kind of a David and Goliath kind of thing. Yeah, that is so much different. It's so different. And that's what I like about it, is different. That malted flavor comes out, and it's not harsh. People would take this malted and it gives it like a feeling. No, it's not that. This is very smooth. It's very easy to drink, very easy to come across, And with only 10 proof points between the two, it's not bad. Wow. This one's kind of be tough because both of these are excellent, excellent, excellent pours. Right? I've got, this is the 2024 model, I believe. Yeah, the 2024, and I have the 2025. The 2025 is outstanding, right? Outstanding. All right, so we have to give it, we have the 3-point setup here, kind of like the three different setups of scoring for the Ryder Cup. One is for the nose. Which one was for the nose? I'm going to have to give the nose to the Old Pogue, the Maysville Club, Old Maysville Club bottle. It came off with that malted, gives off something that is just sorely different than all the other ryes that we've had so far. It's very, very interesting. Where the Silver Grove is right up there with all the other ones. Anything in the 95.5 rye, this is a champ by any shape of the imagination. And again, as we talk about as far as the palate goes, the palate I'm going to give to the Old Maysville again, in that it just delivers. It delivers that maltiness. It delivers that those different layers that you're talking about at 100 proof, where this one does as well, but this one is just a little bit more defined. That's what we're talking about. Again, this is a phenomenal pour, and the proceeds going to a charitable foundation, you can't ignore that. And to the point, I've got several of these on my shelf, and they're all hitters to be sure. The uniqueness we're going to give to New Riff, because New Riff is trying to kind of disrupt the industry with the New Riff, if you know what that means. If you haven't, go to the tour and you'll figure it out. Their products that they're putting out as they get older are doing nothing but getting better, right? They're getting better. However, the 2 versus the 1, so we're going to say the Maysville on this particular one, on the 360, it wasn't a 360-yard par 4. It really wasn't that big of a shot, but Maysville pulling it off over just a hair. It's the difference in the landing. One was 6 inches from the cup, and the other one was 8 inches from the cup. So we're going to give the nod to Maysville, and we're going to go on. So if you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. And if you have any more, information on the content, please let us know. And as always, we want you to save those pars, but share those pours.